Hey guys, what's up? Back with another video. This time, we're going to do a review of Impact Wrestling's Hard to Kill from this past January, of course, 2023, of the year 2023, of course. So let's get this underway, shall we? No time like the present. There's the amazing front cover of Hard to Kill. We've got Bully Ray and Josh Alexander, and of course, Mickie James and Jordynne Grace, the main two matches of the night. There's the spine, Bully Ray and Josh Alexander, and then here's the matches on the back, which we'll be going through right now. So let's get this underway, shall we? We kicked off the night with, of course, the Full Metal Mayhem itself. We had Bully Ray trying to take the World Heavyweight Championship from the World Heavyweight Champion, Josh Alexander, in a Full Metal Mayhem match. And boy howdy, this was exactly what it needed to be. This was exactly what it was advertised to be. It was Full Metal Mayhem, it was, and an anything goes kind of brawl. It was that kind of bloody, hardcore war that you expect from Bully Ray and expect from like these hardcore battles. And it big thumbs up to it. I liked it. I loved, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, these kind of matches on, but I completely loved it. I love them. I love these kind of matches, man. I want like an entire night of them, but when they're thrown in there every couple of events, I love them. So, and this was no exception. Bully and Josh put on a great match, and of course, I feel like we had the right winner with Josh Alexander getting his revenge on Bully Ray for the mistreatment of his wife and how Bully Ray treated Josh's wife back at Overdrive back in November. So, there was a spot where Tommy Dreamer came out to help Josh when he was zip tied to the ropes, and it looked like he was going to turn on Josh and side with Bully, and then attacked, and then kind of swerved Bully and attacked him instead. That was kind of fun, but then 2 seconds later, Bully reversed it and put him through a table, making Tommy Dreamer, for the second time in a row, completely pointless. Sorry, Tommy, I love you, but you're fucking pointless. That was a pointless bit. That was a pointless save there. Anyway, Josh Alexander gets the win after a little bit of help from his wife, who came out to save him from after being zip tied. And it was a good match, a good opener, loved it. Let's move on to the next match. We have the next match, which is the tag team titles on the line. We had the champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, defending the tag team titles in a 4-way elimination tag match against the former champs Heath and Rhino, ABC of Ace Austin and Chris Bay, who were going by Bullet Club at this point, and of course the major players of Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. This one was okay, good match, bit of a calm down match after what we saw in the opener. I liked the exchanges between the Motor Machine Guns and ABC, setting up future matches right there, especially towards the end, where ABC of Ace Austin and Chris Bay looked like they had the match won, when they had Chris Sabin in position for the fold, their finishing move, but already eliminated Brian Myers and Matt Cardona returned and accidentally and kind of distracted them, allowing Chris Sabin to get the advantage. And of course, they were able to take advantage of that and pin Chris Bay, and get the win. So, yeah, pretty solid stuff. Good opener. I mean, good second match for the tag team titles. And it set up future matches in the future. So that big thumbs up to that one. Then after that, we had Frankie. After a quick promo from Frankie Kazarian announcing that he's back in Impact Wrestling, that he's signed a long-term contract with Impact Wrestling. Good to see Frankie Kazarian back in the Impact. One of the TNA early day originals. Anyway, next match we had Say His Name and He Appears, Joe Hendry, defending the Digital Media Championship against Moose for the Digital Media Championship. This one was okay. I was very surprised. It was very surprisingly good. I wasn't expecting much. No offense to Joe Hendry, but I wasn't expecting a 5-star clinic or anything like that. It was pretty solid stuff. I was actually very surprised. He was actually outpowering Moose, and that was very weird to see. Like Moose getting out overpowered by Joe Hendry. I wouldn't consider Joe Hendry a power guy. Maybe I haven't watched enough Joe Hendry matches. Maybe that's the point. But yeah, it was a fun match, and of course, Moose gets the win here, or so I thought, after he low blowed Joe Hendry and speared him for the win. He was celebrating, and all of a sudden, he was interrupted by the debuting Santino Marella, who debuted as the Director of Operations, or Authority, whatever you want to, DOA, the Director of Authority. And he basically restarted the match. It was like, you low-blowed him, restart the match, all that kind of stuff. They restarted the match, and Joe Hendry quickly got the win, which is a bit questionable. You could sit there and question it, because it's like, well, if you did that, well, if you restarted the match because of a low blow, wouldn't you come out any other time and restart any match, because there's plenty of screwings or goings, interference in some kind of capacity worse than a low blow. But it was what it was. It sets up a rematch at the February event, No Surrender, which I'm completely fine with. So pretty good fun stuff right there. Good to see Moose in action. Next match, we had the 4-way knockout number one contenders match to determine who will face the knockout champion at the No Surrender event. We had Masha Slamovich taking on Deonna Purrazzo, taking on Taylor Wilde, taking on, of course, Killer Kelly. This was an excellent 4-way match. I love this match. Pretty good stuff. All 4 women looked pretty good in this. Especially Killer Kelly. I liked her presentation in this match. Her and Masha Slamovich had some good chemistry together. Deonna Purrazzo was the only normal one, if you want to call it that, because all the others are kind of crazy. But you gotta love them. Masha Slamovich is kind of crazy. Taylor Wilde is crazy, and of course Killer Kelly was crazy, because every time Masha Slamovich was hitting her, she kept laughing, and I was like, damn, this is impressive. Anyway, I like the finish of this match where Killer Kelly had Deonna in her submission finisher, and Taylor Wilde tried to break it up. But in trying to break it up, Masha grabbed Taylor Wilde and hit her snowplow finishing move onto all 3 of them, and that incapacitated all 3 of them, and that allowed Masha to get the win. Big thumbs up to that finish. I like the finish, and it was a very good match. I liked it. Next match, we had where are we? I was trying to figure out where we were. Steve Macklin versus Rich Swann in a Falls Count Anywhere match with Raven on commentary, which was very interesting. Always good to see Raven. And this match was very good too. I like the Falls Count Anywhere aspect of it. And yeah, sorry, I got something tickling my throat. This match was pretty good. Falls Count Anywhere match. It started in the back, in the actual outside area, which I loved, absolutely loved that detail of a Falls Count Anywhere match. That I think 90% of the match actually was outside the ring, which I love. I hate like these kind of Falls Count Anywhere street fight kind of matches where it's a street fight or a Falls Count Anywhere match, but they have to take place in the ring, or they have to finish the match in the ring. It kind of takes away the point of a Falls Count Anywhere match. But yeah, this one was exactly what it should have been. And of course, we had the right winner, in my opinion. Steve Macklin was on the rise. He was getting closer and closer to that world championship. And of course, he pinned another former world champion here in Rich Swann. So yeah, Macklin gets the win. Big thumbs up there. Next match, we have the Eddie Edwards versus Jonathan Gresham matchup. This is a match that should have happened, was supposed to happen at Rebellion in April at 2022. But unfortunately, for some reason, I can't remember what the exact reason, I think Gresham was injured or something. So the match never happened, never occurred. So here we are 9 months later. Impact delivered Jonathan Gresham versus Eddie Edwards, and boy, howdy did it live up to the expectation. A great technical battle. It got plenty of time, which I was very shocked about. I shouldn't really be shocked because it's Impact, but I wasn't expecting Eddie Edwards and Jonathan Gresham to get plenty of time. especially in the co-main event when you've got like the big title match yet to come. I looked at the time and I saw that it was like an hour left, and I was like, Jesus, like that's like 30 minutes each, right? Yeah, I forgot about entrances and all that stuff. Yeah, not good with time, me sometimes. Not good with time. But yeah, this match was fun. Jonathan Gresham worked on the arm of Eddie Edwards, and Eddie Edwards was a great heel. Yeah, pretty good stuff. Eddie Edwards gets the win, and then of course his past came back to haunt him as the man who he buried. Well, if you want to call it the monster who he buried in the Las Vegas desert. PCO returned on Friday the 13th to come back for revenge on Mr. Eddie Edwards. And I remember back in January when this match was made, I remember predicting that PCO would return, but it would cost Eddie Edwards. I was a bit wrong with that prediction, but yeah, it was still a solid match, and also the post-match angle was good too, with PCO getting a little bit of revenge on Eddie Edwards for what happened in the desert in Las Vegas when he buried him alive. Anyway, that brings us to the main event. We have the main event right here. We have Jordynne Grace taking on Mickie James in a title versus career match. This had a big time feel to it. Loved it. Absolutely loved the big time feel to it. Really felt like Mickie's career could have ended. And the crowds were very behind Mickie James, and of course Jordynne Grace worked the match more heelish, in my opinion, than she usually does. And that's probably the right call, because this crowd was really loving Mickie James and didn't want her career to end. And of course, we had the feel-good ending as Mickie James would win the Knockout Championship right here from Jordynne Grace in a very fantastic main event. Really had me on the edge of my seat, even though I knew who won. So, and that's what good main events do. That you know it's a good match when, even though you know who the winner is, it still gets you excited and pumped, and for the near falls and all that stuff. Kind of, you lose your train of thought, and you think, oh my god, oh my god, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, like you forget, you live it, you go into the moment. Maybe I'm sounding like I'm on drugs here. Sorry guys, I'm in the moment, guys. Yeah, but it really was that kind of moment where I lost my train of thought, and I was like, oh my god, like Mickie could lose this, and I was like, no, she doesn't, you idiot, she'll win. There was a questionable decision. There was a questionable moment where Mickie clearly saw Mickie tap out in the Kinkita clutch that Jordynne Grace had. But the referee for some reason didn't see it, and it was a clear tap out. She went like this, like that, tapped out on Jordynne Grace's arm, but the referee didn't see it, and it was kind of a bit of a weird head scratcher, but it was what it was. But then not long afterwards, Mickie James hit the DDT and won. So Mickie James regained the Knockout Championship, retained her career, so she does have to retire. I was going to say it potentially would set up a rematch in the future, but unfortunately Mickie James would have to relinquish the Knockout title 2 months after this. So, yeah. But anyway, not that so be a thought along. This was a solid event. Really enjoyed it, as you can tell by my voice and tell by this entire review. If you made it all this way, thanks guys, I appreciate it. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Impact once again, delivered the goods. Very solid show from Impact Wrestling. Can't remember the last time I didn't enjoy a recent Impact show. I think it may have been maybe Bound for Glory 2020, I think. And that was only because there was an empty arena, and it was what it was. But I think I even gave that a 6, but, that's the lowest I've been for a while for Impact. But yeah, another solid show for Impact Wrestling. Really enjoying their stuff. And 2023, kicking off 2023 with a bang, with Hard to Kill 2023. There's the cover again. Awesome stuff. So yeah, 9 out of 10. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Tell me what you think. But give me a thumbs up if I deserve it. And I'll see you guys later. Have a nice day, and I'm out.